Kansas barbecue you're supposed to do when you're in the Kansas City area. It is a monstrous barbecue sandwich. Enjoy after eating canned ravioli for 3 days on the train coming down here. You got 3 layers in there: pork, turkey, and I can't remember what the other one is. Absolutely the best sandwich ever. Here near KC, this is not one of those touristy places. This is just hole in the wall on the side of the road, and that's what you want to be looking for. Down here at the Missouri River, this train here, you're saying this is going into the GM plant here, right?
Yep, GM Fairfax.
You work there, basically.
The home of the Chevy Malibu.
Deliver cars to dealerships from there, kind of thing?
Yep, just all around the Midwest out of Kansas City.
That's pretty cool.
GMC dealership.
Gets to drive around every day to different cities. So you got the Missouri coming in from the north, and the confluence here, that's Lewis and Clark. And then this is the Kansas, but everybody calls it the Kaw River, I guess. In this river, what do you think about that?
You could probably do it, but I wouldn't advise it.
Yeah, there's a fragrance coming off of it that's not pleasant unless you're some kind of bacteria. Lewis and Clark stopped here at some point. I guess that's a big deal. Also, Stobe The Hobo stopped here in February of 2017. There's the Union Depot. This is the BNSF Transcon Chicago to LA mainline ex Santa Fe, so it's pretty busy with stack trains, probably 5 or 6 a day each way. There's no shortage of trains down here by the Amtrak station. Look at this, there's non-stop trains. So this is the BNSF Argentine yard. This is enormous. Way out in West Kansas City, Kansas. They're building probably 20 departures a day out of here. Different destinations. Now this is the Transcon ex Santa Fe mainline here at Argentine. So you can see, you can get on the train here. This is way far from town. That's downtown KC. This is at least a 5-mile walk here. Station right here, where all the mainline through trains are going to stop and refuel, and then in here, this ginormous departure and staging yard. Trains to Oklahoma City, Dallas, Tulsa, out this way, as well as maybe Fort Scott. Then this way, you got Chicago with the stack trains. And then you've also got, I think, Springfield, a couple other places. It's everybody's friend there, the bull. Hello, bull. Hope you're having a good day. Wow, that's beautiful. So this is Eudora, Kansas. They do have a beer store, so that's fortunate. What's the main activity here in this town?
Pretty much go down to the local tavern, which is coming up on our right. Either that or go to another town.
Yes. Is that it there?
Yeah.
Interesting Midwest sunset through those treetops there. Here's home base here, Casey's. Does this one have pizza here?
Oh yeah.
Not all the Casey's have pizza, I found out recently. There's gotta be haunted houses in this town. Look at that. Look at this one. So you're a Kansas native, huh?
Yep. Born and raised.
Is there any kind of Kansas pride thing here? Like there's Texas pride, you know? Like...
Not really. I mean, there's big pride in the sports teams. You know, Chiefs, Royals, KU, K-State. There's a lot of pride with that. A lot of people that support them that didn't even go there. You know.
What do people here do for recreation?
A lot of people canoe or kayak the rivers, stuff like that. Go to bars.
You work at the auto distribution center where they load auto racks.
Right, General Motors assembly plant.
There's a nice graveyard there. There's a couple tracks through here. You got BNSF coming through here. This is just a secondary main for the scam track and a couple extra trains maybe. It's not the Transcon main, but it meets up with that this direction. And then like a mile that way, you got the UP main going KC to Harrington, El Paso. That's super busy. It's absolutely blitzkrieg through here. Look at that, 65 speed limit. I think people with an eye for artistic, you know, more subdued settings would find a lot of Kansas pretty interesting, especially this time of year. Look at this. Look at this setting right there. You got that green light. You got the tracks disappearing around into those trees. Permission to proceed into the sunset has been granted. The biggest issue preventing this from being basically an amazing area is that the water is nasty. Look at that. You don't want to swim in that, or it's probably leeches. Probably all kinds of snakes and stuff once it starts getting warm. Thought for a long time that the Midwest is one of the more underrated areas, because when you get out here, you could walk down this track all day long. You got this water here, you got forests, a lot of interesting history with Indians and the Underground Railroad, as well as the above ground railroad. In this direction is Lawrence, which is like 7 miles. You got a college and a little more activity going on there than right here. I really like this old architecture around here, these old white clapboard houses. Got this old church, nothing going on in there anymore. Just a lot more atmosphere and interesting vibe in these towns here than in the new crap suburbs that they're putting up. I mean, all the new architecture today is just garbage, cheap suburb schlock. And you come to a town like this, there's actually personality. All kinds of different spirits, interesting things that have gone on over the last 100 years. It's nice to see, you know, traces of American individualism still in these streets. It's the darkest hours of the night. I'm getting dropped off here by Justin. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
For everything.
Hope everything goes good, man. Have a good trip.
Been on Stobe The Hobo here in KC at the Union Pacific Neff Yard. Been hanging out in KC with a very generous happening viewer, which is always fun. Having a real bed and not having to basically live like an animal for a couple days. So I'm trying to go east to St. Louis. It's complicated. I don't know which train to look for in this yard. There's junctions past the yard. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen, honestly. If I go the wrong way, I think it's Little Rock, possibly Arkansas, it's possible, Fort Worth. I've kind of got an itinerary planned out with another viewer in St. Louis. The thing is, it'd be nice to just get on the next train and get out of here. And I gotta figure out which one is the right one. Here at the hump yard, they're humping cars. So I think it should be something pulling out of this yard, going that direction. But as far as which train, I don't know. I don't know which one it is. All right, so what's going on? If you could see that stack, I thought they were gonna come in on this side. He's coming in over on this side. I don't know if he's already crew changed or not. He's gonna go pretty soon. I need to get down and get on that. And I hope they're not carrying down in this crew office. This new bag I have, look at this thing, it's monstrous. There's no good reason to be walking around with this bag. If he stops, I'm gonna make this train. I'm thinking he's gonna wait for the Amtrak. It's good to know your local Amtrak schedule. Ridiculous. Some people set up a camp, hang out for days by the tracks. That's not me. It's time to get out of here. I got dropped off an hour ago. I'm ready to go. I just heard brakes. I'm in position. I hope there's a rideable car. It's got a DPU. You got guys parked here. Nobody's in that truck. I see rides right down there. If you hang out here, this looks like it's still off the property. Things are gonna speed up here soon. They're cutting cars off. They're cutting the back of the train off here. I think most of the train should continue. Up, they cut off a couple cars that they're putting in the KC yard. There's the train. I can't tell if this thing's breaking up in the yard here. I just may get on and end up going forward 10 feet and then backing up again. It's here. I mean, once you duck in here, you're pretty much good. So he's airing up. Does that mean the thing's out? What does that mean? He's just backing up. I don't know what's going on. This new Bush copper logger is decent. On your underlines, kind of how it works every time I get to a yard, if I have it rode in or out of the yard, I've got to figure out what's going on. And what I think is going on is that this stack train came in, is cutting off a big block in the intermodal yard, which is right down this road. He's gonna add some cars and he's gonna continue. The train's not breaking up. He's been here long enough, I can tell that. But I didn't know that for a while. So that's, it takes time and observation every time you're here. Fortunately, I got here and the train was here pretty much, so I didn't have to spend a lot of time. But what if I got here last night? This could have been the first thing I've learned since getting here. Pack, look at this. This is absurd. This is absolutely absurd how big it is. I don't know if it's gonna fly long term. I mean, look at that. That's enormous. There's absolutely no way to hide that thing in any kind of small area. Now the camo is good. Eastbound out of KC. Oh, there's a guy parked. I hope he can't see me. I don't think he can see me. Wow. This new pack is freaking tough to get on with. Stobe The Hobo. About to pop a top. Another cold beer. Leaving KC here. That's the UP engine facility. So a lot of tracks going in a lot of directions here. This KCS switcher. That's interesting. Canadian Pacific. Pretty sure that should be the BNSF Transcon above us there. There's another split here. I'm not sure which way that is. Milepost 277. We got the BNSF Transcon. I don't think we're getting on it, but it looks like we're getting right next to it. Not here, unfortunately. God, everything's so great because it's winter. It's really ugly right now. Alright, it's the BNSF, and we're splitting off to Jefferson City here. Reflection of the sky making this river look blue because it's actually brown when you see it without the sky reflecting on it. It's a gross, nasty brown color. Put a lot of mud in there. Well, I don't know if you believe in climate change or not, or who does it or whatever. I don't care. I mean, it's not the point. I just gotta say, it seems abnormal how warm it is for February. You got bugs, the gnats. I don't know if you can see the gnats on this screen here. They're showing up here. This is absurd. It's February, and we got gnats. That little rat bastard. One less gnat. It's kind of depressing, this landscape. I mean, it's dead as a doornail still, but it's 70 degrees out here. I mean, and I'm out of beer, which is even more depressing. It's so much nicer when it's green here. It's really kind of grim just looking at this solid, dead everything right now. See the Crapitol up there? We're approaching Jefferson City. See that Crapitol there? Train ain't slowing down. I'm wondering if this intermodal just goes straight through Jefferson City. Right here on the shores of the Missouri River. Right at the Crapitol building. We are at the Crapitol. There it is. Fairly exposed here, just hoping nobody's seeing me. What's that guy doing with the camera on the train? Look at this, at the Crapitol. The thing is stopping right here. Construction workers right there. I can't believe it's at this freaking building right there. The governor's gonna see me and call me in. I've been trapped. Look at this, the train is there. I'm here, I'm on the wrong side. I'll figure something out. I've never seen anything like this. You got the tracks and the river and the Crapitol right here. I had no idea the city was like this. I hope I'm not trespassing right now coming up this hill. I need to get into the public. Stop looking so freaking suspicious. Here we are, just another guy sightseeing, checking out our nation's history. Isn't that nice? At this building here. Oh, you don't have gold, you cheapos. Where's the gold? I think this is the most convenient stop I've seen to go sightsee. There's not any long walk into town. I almost wish it was a little longer because, I mean, this governor building is looking right down at the rail yard. I'm gonna try to go sightsee. I'm trying to get this mud off my boots from walking around in there. But I'm gonna go check out the inside. Looks like you can go in here. Definitely interesting being here with all these politicians, because I just, came in here on a train, and these are the people who made the law. Probably about that in the state. There's a lot of work going on, a lot of bills getting passed. A lot of other guys actually walking around carrying bags like this. Except instead of cameras, they're full of cash. I am not kidding. This is facing basically directly down onto the tracks. Overall, I'd give this Capitol maybe a B-. There's not any beer for sale in it. There's not any gold. And I'd say compared to the Montgomery one, if you watch that episode, this is about half as cool. It's just stone. Look at this. It's just nothing but stone in here. Blah.